Hello, good evening. It's been a long time again. I'm just a hard-working man in this society, and I can't always hop on the air to do an informative and fun podcast, which is what this is going to be. It's about 6:30 Central Standard Time. I'm finally on vacation, first day of vacation. I'm actually driving right now. Well, I'm pulled over to the side, but I'm headed to Fort Lauderdale tonight to spend some time with the family, and then headed to Orlando. But first things first, let's talk about MLB. The Houston Astros are hot, and they're just 2.5 games back of the struggling Rangers in the AL West at 55 and 46. They start a series against the Tigers tomorrow night. Lance McCullers and Doug Fister are coming along nicely. The Astros rotation is starting to take some shape and produce some quality starts. 53 of them, which is tied for 10th in the majors. A recent call-up of Alex Bregman looks to add even more talent to that star-studded infield with Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, and the Astros are looking to stay hot on the Rangers' tail. The Rangers are 58 and 44, and they're not so hot. They have 4 wins in their last 12 games. Yu Darvish had a strong outing yesterday in the loss. He didn't take the loss. He left with the lead, and the bullpen couldn't hold it. Matt Bush gave up 2 home runs to Coco Chris and Chris Davis, and they were of the 2-run variety. So they fell to the A's last night 6-4. Prince Fielder, of course, is out for the year after having surgery. The starting rotation is struggling to stay consistent. Cole Hamels has been great. Yu Darvish showed some promise last night, looked to still have a lot of gas left in the tank. He left prior to reaching the century mark in pitches after striking out Chris Davis. But the bullpen couldn't hold it. Matt Bush, who's been fantastic thus far this season, uncharacteristic on his part. He just didn't have it last night. His breaking, his off-speed stuff wasn't working. And when you're a big league hitter, you can turn on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. So, next up for them tonight in about 30 minutes is another tussle with the Kansas City Royals. Cole Hamels will get the nod tonight against Yordano Ventura and the Royals. Joey Gallo, of course, his recent call-up. He's got to cut down on his strikeouts, but his power is certainly something to be excited about. He's already hit a 450-foot bomb since being called up. The Rangers also picked up some arms, Lucas Harrell and Dario Alvarez from the Braves in exchange for Travis Demerits. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Rangers were desperate for some pitching help and gave up quite a stud with some raw power and great tools in Demerit, but we'll see how that turns out. Lucas Harrell looks to be in the rotation as early as Sunday. The Dallas Cowboys have, of course, had some issues to deal with in the offseason yet again. Some more bad news with Randy Gregory and him admitting himself to a undisclosed treatment facility. Another substance abuse violation that will extend his suspension to start the season. The Cowboys are already dealing with the suspensions of DeMarcus Lawrence and Rolando McClain. They'll have to pay a $250,000 fine because of it. And to add more to that, the investigation into the Zeke Elliott assault case is also underway. They also have some backup quarterback issues. Dak Prescott is a fantastic young man. I don't know if he's ready to step into the backup role just yet. Hopefully Tony Romo will hold up and he'll stay healthy. But with the Rams releasing Nick Foles, that could be a possible addition there to the Dallas Cowboys and Nick Foles. They also have to worry about filling the void on the defensive line that all these suspensions have left. Malik Collins, Charles Tapper, these are the young men that they drafted. I sure hope they have the answer. Seems like the worst defense in the league isn't getting any better anytime soon. Dez, Zeke, and Romo will have to put up a ton of points to even compete in the NFC East. But we'll see what unfolds. If Romo can stay healthy, if Dez can stay healthy, if Zeke can produce like they're hoping he can produce, the additions of Alfred Morris will help. Let's see what unfolds. The Houston Texans, Brock Osweiler, Lamar Miller, and DeAndre Hopkins. Certainly a lot of firepower there on offense, paired with Defensive Player of the Year and freak athlete J.J. Watt. Sounds like a great formula for a run at the division title in Houston. Watt is battling a herniated disc and is on the PUP list, physically unable to perform, to start training camp, but that man isn't human, and I can assure you he won't be missing much time, if any, this season. I'm looking forward to that Monday night battle, November 21st in Estadio Azteca in Mexico against the Oakland Raiders. The Mexican fans will get to see some American football for a change after Mexico's disappointing and early exit in the Copa America. So that should be fun to watch. Mark that on your calendar, November 21st, Monday night against the Raiders in Mexico. The Mavs, let's talk about the Mavs a little bit. Dirk, the tall baller from the G, will have some formidable teammates. Got rid of Chandler Parsons. I'm okay with that. He got a max contract elsewhere. They're crazy, but hey, como dicen los cubanos, cada loco con su tema. Although Mark Cuban didn't land the big fish this summer, Harrison Barnes, Seth Curry, and Andrew Bogut will certainly help the team. Those are fantastic additions. The emergence of Justin Anderson and Dwight Powell is also very important. Justin Anderson got some playing time late in the season and was very, very impressive. And he was a catalyst, certainly off the bench. I like Dorian Finney-Smith out of Florida. Nice signing. That young man, I think, brings great size, of course, and versatility. And that could be a project that might work out within Carlisle's system in Dallas. The Rockets, of course, did away with J.B. Bickerstaff. That was expected. New coach Mike D'Antoni. He won't have Dwight Howard on his team, but I don't think that's a bad thing. That could be a blessing in disguise. Michael Beasley, they'll have him for a full season, assuming he stays healthy. And, of course, Donatas Montejunas, the Lithuanian, will bode well in Houston, along with the addition of Ryan Anderson and Nene Hilario. Nene, I think, will do well there. He brings a lot of energy and certainly size. And I believe he can stay a little healthier than Dwight Howard and, at the very least, give him more effort. They should exceed the 500 mark, but I still can't see them getting out of the first round of the playoffs in a very difficult Western Conference. The San Antonio Spurs, well, they lost the legend, of course, in Timmy Duncan to retirement, but they're the Spurs. They'll be just fine. And adding Pau Gasol, a more mobile and younger Mr. Fundamental, to an already solid team with LaMarcus Aldridge, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green, I can go on and on. That certainly doesn't hurt their chances. Not to mention they still have one of the greats patrolling the sideline in Greg Popovich. Old Pop. Look for Bryn Forbes to do well, too. I think he's going to be awesome. I really liked him at Michigan State. I think that's my sleeper this next season on that team. He's in a great team under great leadership, a lot of veterans, and certainly Greg Popovich will mold him very well. The kid was great as a Spartan, and under the leadership of a fantastic head coach in Tom Izzo. So look for him to excel in that organization. I really hope he does well. FC Dallas, little FC Dallas talk. MLS is catching on here in the Metroplex because FC Dallas is atop the MLS tables with 41 points. Thanks to Mauro Diaz and Kellen Acosta, who's a local product. They've led FC Dallas to the number one spot in the MLS, and they'll join the rest of the MLS All-Stars. As a matter of fact, their game is underway against Arsenal tonight in San Jose. FC Dallas, like I mentioned, leading the way with 41 points and tied for second in the MLS in goals scored with 35. They certainly love the friendly confines of Toyota Stadium, as they have yet to lose there this season. They are 8-0 with 3 draws at Toyota Stadium, and they'll host the Vancouver Whitecaps, who are 6th in the West, on Sunday, the 31st. The Houston Dynamo, on the other hand, they're not doing so hot. They're dead last in the West as they can't win away from BBVA Compass Stadium. They are the complete opposite of FC Dallas. They are 0-8 with 3 draws. But they acquired midfielder Eric Alexander in hopes that he'll provide the versatility at midfield they so desperately need and translate that into more scoring chances. But that's all I got for now. Hang with me. I will be in Fort Lauderdale and Disney World, so I can't promise that I'll hop on and do a podcast. But follow me on Twitter at TX Sports Blog, and also my personal Twitter account. I changed the handle just the other day, darn it. But just look for me, Alex Bustillo, on Twitter. And then follow me on Facebook as well, at Texas Sports Blog. Pretty simple. And that'll have links to my webpage on there as well. And thanks again. Good night.